Black fatigue is real. I think society as a whole is there. We are just so unbelievably fed up with the ghetto ratchet behavior, entitlement, the victimhood.
So I had not initially seen these two now deleted videos from a woman who was attempting to talk about what happened in Rochester, Minnesota, where a white mom called a 5-year-old child the N-word, doubled down on her racial slur, and then flipped off that kid's family. And how after that incident went viral all over the internet, a Christian fundraising site called Give, Send, Go raised over $700,000, but not for that little kid who had to endure that woman's racial slurs. No. They raised $700,000 for the white mom yelling racial slurs at a 5-year-old child. After the mom doubled down on the content in that video saying, and I quote, "I called the kid out for what he was," a Christian fundraising platform raised more than $700,000 for that woman. A GoFundMe page for her also raised almost $400,000. Now, my understanding is that both of those organizations are not going to be giving that woman that money, because fundraising a bunch of money to support a woman being a racist violates their terms of service.
Black fatigue, this is where we at now. Imagine how we feel. Y'all even colonized that. Like, black fatigue is not what y'all created it to be. It was the fatigue of black people having to exist in this country and dealing with all y'all dumb shit. We were tired, not y'all. Imagine telling the internet that you're tired of all the ghetto-ness and the ratchetness and all of the fights when y'all are quite literally the godfathers of violence in this country.
There was a white woman who has now since deleted her video talking about black fatigue and how she and the rest of society are so fed up with the ghetto and ratchet behavior, the entitlement, the victimhood. Her words, not mine. Couple of things. One, black fatigue is a real thing, but it's not what that lady was saying. Black fatigue is the emotional, physical, and mental exhaustion caused by the daily stress of living under systemic racism and its consequences. So the black community has black fatigue due to the oppression they've lived under in this country since its inception. 2, it never ceases to amaze me how little most white people are willing to look at the true history of this nation and understand they are still benefiting off the society and systems that made those things possible. Racism is deeply rooted in this country from the beginning. Do you understand how hard the fight has been to get even a semblance of equality in this country? And now, what little progress we've made is being undone by this administration. Trump and this administration has made people like that woman and the many racist commenters on that post feel comfortable to speak so publicly about their racist views and feelings. Because, spoiler alert, nothing will happen to them. Black people are questioned about everything they do, even if they're just walking down the street. Until this country as a whole accepts responsibility for how we were designed and built, this country will never see true equality.
Good morning. So I know by now most of us are tired of hearing about this fatigue conversation, but I wanted to offer something to those that are struggling with where their anger should be directed. So for many, many years, I guess since we started, they have made a situation where you direct your anger here. And so I just want to say to you guys, yeah, your ancestors, your grandpops, your great, that's who you should be blaming. They knew this was going to happen. They knew the possibility of this, and that is the reason why they try to suppress our history. But everything that happens in the dark will come to light. So just like your white Jesus has been revealed to look like the people you hate, I know that's got to hit different. That's got to hit like right to the throat. So your anger should be with those that created this false white world for you. So your anger should be to your ancestors. It's not black fatigue you're experiencing. It's ancestral fatigue, because they 100% knew that it was a possibility that everything would be revealed and you all would suffer the same fate that they have put upon us for so many years. And so The fact that you choose, you see stuff happening in the world, like them trying to suppress Black history, erase it even. You've seen this for years, but you chose not to question it because it's easier to live in the world that was created for you. So of course you're going to feel exhausted when you are constantly finding out the world you live in is fake. It's not real. Your American dream was always just a dream, and you were never supposed to wake up from that dream. Is it starting to like calculate now like you were never supposed to wake up from your American dream? But they're making it very difficult for you to sleep because now you're starting to feel it.
White people attempting to rebrand white rage by co-opting the term black fatigue as though it's a phenomenon they actually experience but only recently found the language to talk about is both dystopianly weird and tragically on brand. The copying, the whitewashing, the centering themselves by playing victim. But what's ironically telling about it is that the concept of racial battle fatigue is not new. It's been around for decades, and the term black fatigue has been used by Black people for quite a while. Mary Frances Winters wrote a book that came out in 2020 titled Black Fatigue, and it describes the mental, emotional, and physical exhaustion that Black people experience because of systemic racism. Now, notice how Black people didn't call that white fatigue, because the purpose is not to assign blame in order to justify bad behavior. It is called black fatigue because it is a harm that Black people experience, and so their focus is on addressing and combating that harm. Whereas when white people talk about experiencing black fatigue, they are not talking about a harm that they experience because of Black people or anybody else. They are literally telling on their own inability to live in society with Black people. And that's not new either. That's a pathology that has existed for hundreds of years, but call it what it is, white rage.
This conversation around black fatigue is showing how cynical some of you all are. And by you all, I mean Black people. This is just my feeling, right? Take it with a grain of salt. But I just feel like if a white woman comes on here and is vulnerable enough to say, I'm so tired of you all talking about black this and black that, like you're doing it so much to the degree that I now am experiencing black fatigue. I say kudos, sister. Speak your truth. Do it. And I think the part that is giving me pause is like some Black creators are like making fun of it, making light. And I just feel like this is not the time. This is not the time to have jokes, right? Like I'm seeing people make videos about like, well, I experience white fatigue when I have to smell your hair after you've been in the rain. That's not nice. Or I experience white fatigue when I have to eat your unseasoned food. And I'm just like, where are you getting this from? And the question that you have to ask yourself, is that necessary? How is that helping anyone? And you know, I'm not one to be in white folks' business, but when I see them doing the work to build a bridge to emotionally connect to us being Black people, because I'm Black, obviously, I see that and I see it's sincere. Because I hear you, right? I hear you. I hear you when you say, like, you're tired of it. You're tired of hearing about the abuse that Black people experience. I hear you. And I think that's valid. So I'm just coming on here to ask my people, because I'm Black. When you see those videos on Black fatigue, maybe instead of being so sinister and cold and making fun of them, maybe try sending thoughts and prayers.
I've been hearing a lot of white folks throw out the term black fatigue. Now, of course, they're just admitting that they're fascist, but by definition, white people cannot have black fatigue.